Got my coffee. Check. Got my tuna. Wait a minute, what do I want tuna for? Keys. Check. Let's go. I've got to say the drivers here in Atlanta are definitely way better than LA for sure. At least they indicate, which is actually pretty rare in LA. As we worked away about an hour and 20 minutes southeast of Atlanta, we are heading towards our first stop over the Memorial Bridge in Beecham County for our first stop at the Sac-O-Suds. Here I am in just outside Monticello, Georgia, and here is the Sac-O-Suds. And here's the owner right by the door. They've changed all this here, so there's no pump station stuff anymore, but I guess then you just drive up this road here. And this place hasn't really changed that much at all. It looks very, very similar to what it was like in the show. Obviously the facade's been updated. No pump stations are there, so all the woodwork's gone from the pump stations in the middle, but it actually looks pretty similar. So let's go and have a look and see what's inside. I try to get it so that we can see Stan and Billy up near where the counter was. The counter's actually been moved, which is now more on the left-hand side as you're looking at it. But yeah, so it's been changed around, but again.
We should get tuna. Please, no more tuna, okay?
It's got protein, we need protein.
Beans are protein.
Beans make you fart.
We got a convertible.
Here is a view from the old lady's place right across to the Sac-O-Suds, where they would have seen the mint green Buick Skylark. And they would have had the temporary housing actually sitting on this side here. It's like a waste area. And right across here on the left-hand side, there would have been the other mobile homes that would have been able to see right into the Sac-O-Suds, but obviously it's just grass down. This is the entryway into Beecham County, right across the bridge. And then the Buick Skylark would have headed up that way. Well, after some perseverance, I managed to park my car, I think pretty much in the same place as Vinny and Lisa. It's a little bit busy in the square today, but I managed to park it just outside of the Notary Republic here, which was Lacey's second-hand store in the movie. But the good thing is I managed to get the same angle that they had in the film. So I thought it looked pretty cool. It was pretty cool to be able to see from where they actually parked it, to get the same sort of angles to the Cool's house, and then right by where Lacey's was, where Marissa Tomei's character Lisa was out there taking photos with a pink camera. And here's the courthouse, also in the center of Monticello, literally 100 yards away from Mitchell's department store and Lacey's secondhand store. But this is the scene where Vinny needs to turn up and prove himself to Judge Chamberlain, the good old Fred Gwynn from the Monsters, that he can actually defend Billy and Stan to make sure they get off the murder charges so they don't get sent down for life for stealing a can of tuna.
And what name did you tell him?
Jerry Gallo.
Jerry Gallo? The big attorney?
Yeah.
Think that was a smart move?
Yeah, well, the man is a seriously accomplished lawyer. He checks up on this guy, his name will show up all over the place.
His name was in the papers all last week.
Yeah, I saw that.
But you didn't actually read the articles.
No.
It's too bad.
Why is that?
Because he's dead.
This is where Vinny and Lisa go across this crossway from the town. They work their way down this street. It looks very, very similar to what it was back in 1992. This is the way Vinny would have come in to the General Putnam. Can't believe it's still here after 30 years. As he drives past here, this is where they get the breakfast. And as you can see now that the whole motel has been demolished. I think it's been demolished quite a few years now. Vinny then would have driven just down here, and then actually in this corner here was going to be the actual office. Actually spread all the way down this way. As you can see, it's just a bit of a wreck now. I'm not too sure why they're not doing anything with it, but yeah, here's the General Putnam. Okay, so let's go and have a look and see where they would have had breakfast. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Looking pretty dilapidated now.
Breakfast?
You think? Good choice. 2.
Yeah, it's not much going on here at all. Little town of, actually this is Bostwick. This is where they filmed the Parker Porks products, which was where the pig squealing right across from the Parker Hotel, which is where Vinny was staying, and they abruptly woke him up at 3 a.m. in the morning. So he comes out on the balcony, and again this is the Parker Hotel, which is actually the Susie Agnes Hotel. This is where Joe Pesci stayed. Just this little town. And the pig farm was here. And then Joe was just up here. Heading out of Bostwick, we're now going towards Mansfield for another filming location. This is where Vinny and Lisa meet the gambling JT, and hopefully to maybe get a good night's sleep.
Hey, little Yankee, what? Look here. I got you $200. You gonna kick the shit out of me now?
This is Mansfield, Georgia, which is where Joe Pesci comes and beats the guy up for $200, parks over here and basically runs over here and knocks him out. Pretty cool little town. Not much going on, but... This is our next filming location, the Wazoo Hotel in Mansfield, which is where Vinny and Lisa stayed, their second hotel, and this is where they had their confrontations with JT over their $200. And be honest with you, this hotel hasn't really changed too much at all. This is where Vinny and Lisa stayed, and it backed pretty much onto the old train line, which is the old train depot here. You can see the train lines have all gone. The hotel is still there, looks pretty much the same as what it was, and right in that corner there is where Vinny and Lisa stayed, but I'm looking from the train line area. But yeah, it's hasn't really changed much at all. I mean, obviously just a little bit more updated, but yeah, same old town, same old little Mansfield town. And this is the room where Vinny and Lisa were staying. They're backed onto that train line.
Yesterday you told me That freight train hardly ever comes through here at 5 a.m. in the morning.
I know. She's supposed to come through at 10 after 4.
And as you can see, all the train lines have gone, and this just is 50 yards away from the hotel, the Wazoo Hotel, and the pool and chicken. Now we're going to head back into Monticello, Georgia. I don't know if it's called Monticello or Monticello. I'm not too sure. Maybe you could reply. I'm assuming it's Monticello. Here's Mitchell's, which is now Michael's. Looks like a pizzeria. Not too sure what's going on. And then Lisa comes up these steps. Hey, look at this. They still have the sign above the door. Awesome. So I had to grab a slice of pizza from Michael's, which obviously was Mitchell's department store. But right across the road there, just 2 stores down, is the second-hand store where Lisa gets the suit from, the famous burgundy suit, because Mitchell's was closed due to the flu.
You ever heard of the Son of Sam?
Fella who received orders to kill from a dog.
That one.
You defended him.
Well, no, not exactly. I defended the first guy they arrested.
This is Dave's Barbecue. Now, Martha Jane's. Let's go for a bit of lunch. Had to get myself some salmon fritters and just sit here in Vinny's spot as he contemplated trying to win the court case. A cool little spot though. They got some little bit of memorabilia up, and yeah.
Lisa! Sorry.
And back to our final filming location. We're back at the courthouse, which is where Sheriff Farley and Stan congratulate Vinny on an amazing court win. It's pretty much exactly the same spot that I was standing in there. You can still see they probably just changed a couple of the signs. It's also the scene where Vinny has to run out and grab Lisa because she has to go in and testify on her automobile knowledge. But yeah, cool place. And just tucked away to the side, you can see where Judge Chamberlain came through the door to come out and congratulate Jerry Callow, not Gallo. Obviously, Vinny thought he was going to get arrested and put in prison. But yeah, and then they have the closing scenes, and then they get on their way getting out of Dodge, or getting out of Monticello.
How many times did you say that spontaneous is romantic?
Hey, a verb is spontaneous. A verb is not romantic.